Hi. Yes. Okay, I gotta talk fast because I've got tons to say, so hope you can keep up. All right, so yes, you are very right. We need to get rid of about half the people on the planet, which is horrible. Like the whole notion, you're right. You didn't sound like an asshole, but I mean, nobody wants to say it, but I mean, that's the only way. And unfortunately, um, I think that will actually happen. I don't think we'll be the ones to do it. Like, human beings won't be the ones to take out half the population, I hope. I think the earth is able to cleanse itself. It's proven in the past that the way, the ice ages have gone, how the tectonic plates have put the earth, all the land masses were together and covered with a sheet of ice. Everything was ice. Everything. And we were near the South Pole. And soon the tectonic plates changed a bit and the climate changed. That is going to happen again. We know this scientifically. It's just the process of things. We will be wiped out, and everything that we have destroyed will be wiped out as well. Or everything we've created, destroyed, everything we have fucked up. So that is a given. However, I think before that happens, maybe we'll be able to get back on track a little bit. The weather's already changing, and that's our fault. There's no doubt about it. Unfortunately, global warming is an absolute fact. I mean, it's spring in Seattle, and it's still winter. It's still winter. It's May something. Yeah, it's May something, and it still feels like winter. We've had a few really nice days, but other than that, like, Seattle's climate is normally mild. We've had lightning, okay? Seattle does not get lightning. Ever. No. This is a phenomenon. So, we've had lightning storms, we've had horrible, like, snowstorms. This is not Seattle weather. This is South Dakota weather. In South Dakota, did you hear about that massive snowstorm just a few days ago, a week ago? I don't know. I'm bad with time. But yeah. And then the next day it was like 60 degrees. You're kidding me. Does anybody not see this? And then in places where they've never gotten hail, they've gotten hail. In places where tornadoes have never been, we've gotten tornadoes. Hurricane Katrina, the tsunami, these cyclones happening in Asia, it's happening. We're going to lose a lot more people. We've already lost millions. Millions. Oh, it just... And then, the war in Iraq isn't helping, I suppose. But, that has more to do with oil. And which brings me to the next thing you say, that we need to cut out on oil. Or we need to lower the prices. We can't. We just can't. We don't have enough oil to do that. We're going to run out. That's just how it is. We can't lower the price. It needs to be like in Europe where it's like $7 a gallon. Unfortunately, we need to do that. However, we need to have an alternative, and we do. We actually have one now. If you went to Honda.com, you could actually see they have a hydro fuel cell car now. Yay! However, we're not allowed to buy it. How bull is that? We're not allowed to buy this car that could actually, in hydro cell fuel, we could make it 5 cents a gallon. It'd be nothing. We could really save the economy this way. We really could. And, it's more efficient, it's cleaner, and it can work exactly like a gas tank. Like, all we would have to do is take out the gas tanks at gas stations and replace them with hydro fuel cell. I don't know what we'd call gas stations then. But that wouldn't matter, because we'd have this, and we could save so many people, farmers, commuters, truck drivers. Everyone would be okay. And it would be healthy, safer. Yeah, it would be kind of what's the word? A buffer until we could find something better. But it's better. And it would get rid of our independence of oil, which is what we really need, because that was the whole reason we went to Iraq. That's the whole reason we're screwing up all these other countries, and why everyone is suffering, why tons of the air is polluted. However, with greenhouse gases, that's bull. It is not from cars. I mean, it doesn't help. Definitely doesn't help. But it's only a tiny figment. Most of it is cattle raising. So we'd all have to become vegan for that to stop, which isn't fair. Because I like meat, and I can't eat that many beans. But, I mean, we could cut down on that. It wouldn't be right for a lot of farmers, but a lot of the corporate farming, with that would get to stop, and we could do more organic things, which I think we're moving towards. But the greenhouse gases are because of the overpopulation of cows, not us. Ha! Sorry, I was kind of proud of that. However, it's still an issue. So if we gain our independence from that, we'll be fine. Anyway, geriatrics, you're talking about how if I went into geriatrics, I could make a ton of money. I think you're wrong. I mean, I will never go into geriatrics. I have worked so much with hospice, and I mean, I can't do it anymore. I really can't. I mean, it's such an odd feeling to get used to when you've spent so much time with a person and been, just covered in their piss, poop, blood, vomit, and held them while they cried and been there for them, only for them to die. That's, you worked so hard with them and then they're gone. I can't do that anymore. It's not what I was meant to do. The process is hard on me just because I end up caring too much, and then I shut off, and I don't like shutting off. I think that's a part of me that I always loved, was that I was very passionate about things, and I couldn't possibly. So, but I don't think you're right with the geriatrics things, because our parents' generation will not have social insurance, Social Security, nothing. We're going to be taking care of them. We're going to be paying for it. We're going, it'll be our time, our money, our effort, our life will be invested in them. And that's when I think, unfortunately, there'll be voluntary euthanasia. I mean, we're doing some of that. I think Oregon was doing that for a while. I think they revoked it, but I thought it was a damn good idea, simply because I've met people who've been in so much pain, and they had I mean, they were just going to die. They had God, I can't think of words, but they had a disease that they were going to die from within the next 6 months, but they were going to be in so much pain that it wasn't going to matter. So I thought they should be able to have that option. However, I'm afraid what will happen in the future, if we do allow that, there'll be tons of voluntary euthanasia that wasn't exactly voluntary, but family members could not afford their loved ones. That's what I'm wondering. So I think we're going to see a lot of problems with geriatrics, and I don't want to be a part of it. So I'll probably work with babies or ER or something fun. But nursing, I think, I mean, while it isn't my ideal job, it's, I can do it. I can do it well, and it'll pay me enough for me to survive, and it'll always be there. And I'm glad you're diversifying, because it's a really smart move, especially in today's economy. And we're in such a horrible recession. Yes, we are in a recession. Starbucks laid off tons of people. We're not selling. Everything is just a mess. I've seen so many homeless people. I've seen, it's getting really bad. People are losing their homes. People are losing their jobs. I mean, maybe you don't, I'm sure you see the recession there, but they think we're going to pull ourselves out of it. It's like saying, sorry you lost your, how they're sending, $600 for like an extra tax money. Well, that's like saying, sorry you lost your home, here, go hire a hooker and have some beer. It's ridiculous, and I hate it. Okay, I only have 15 seconds left. I gotta go. Bye. Nice talking to you. Reply. Okay, bye.